Welcome back everybody to Ikemi Gaming. Here we are with scenario number 5, First Overland Route, and we're on video number 2. So this time we need 5,000 citizens in Cheyenne, so it's not even started yet. And then we need 120 passengers from Omaha to Cheyenne. That'll be easy to do. And then we need 5 cities with 40,000 or more citizens, so we're going to need some warehouses getting thrown up. And then our optional tasks for later are 4 loads of liquor to Raton, also not established, and then we need a connection from Santa Fe to Salt Lake City that's shorter than 1,500 kilometers. So the first thing we have to do here is establish Cheyenne. So we need 24 wood, 16 wheat, and 8 meat before we can do anything. We can't grow it to any number whatsoever unless we do this first. So we're going to go ahead and put our train from Casper to Cheyenne because Casper's got meat. Let's see, what's our Baldwin 10-wheeler, sure. So we added a little bit of track there to get ourselves a Cheyenne. So we're going to bring in our wheat here on this train. Came over the bigger terminal, added a little track, and we're going to bring our wood over the Cheyenne right now. Alright, we're going to do something a little different here. We're going to go Omaha, and we're going to use a freight station, which I normally don't do, but we're going to use that and put in an express train. I'll put a slower one. And it's going to bring people over from Omaha to Cheyenne, which was one of the things we had to do. Alright, I decided to bite the bullet and put a line from Rock Springs to Salt Lake City, which cost about $3 million altogether. So we have that down. We put our 3 trains on. We'll see how that goes. We put a line all the way up to Idaho Falls here. So now we're going to change our Rock Springs to Salt Lake to include Idaho Falls. We added 3 more trains on that. We already had our wagons. We did a little line from Promontory Point to Salt Lake City Express, so we'll put 3 trains on that. So Omaha had an industry spot open, so we're going to go ahead and put down a sawmill. We saw there was a connection bonus here at Brown Stop, and so we put a station that grabs both the sugar and the wheat. We're going to bring it in the Denver right now, and we're probably going to turn this into a warehouse. So now we have it connected to North Platte, and we're going to bring 2 trains worth of goods from Brown Stop to North Platte. Yeah, we have our corn hooked up now. We're going to throw our 3 trains on that. Now we have our wood from Baker Terminal coming all the way down to Brown Stop, which I need to rename.
The Union Pacific Railroad is currently considering whether they want to develop Cheyenne into a base for other projects. If this happens, many workers will be needed there.
Awesome. So we have our 120 passengers from Omaha to Cheyenne. See, Cheyenne is only at 839 pop. We need to push that up, and then we need 4 more cities of 40,000. Cheyenne now has an industry spot open that it's an official city. So we're going to go ahead and throw down our clothing factory, or not, a weaving mill, sorry. So we decided to put a cloth factory in Cheyenne. That way we can own it and expand it. So we bought this Campbell station up here, and we're bringing it down to Cheyenne. We're going to do cloth, which will then serve North Platte, Denver, and maybe Casper as well. So we have our Colorado warehouse now connected to Cheyenne. So we're going to bring our planks and our meat over the North Platte and use it as a warehouse to then kick the meat over to Cheyenne and then Denver. So we have North Platte coming down, going around the Colorado warehouse to Denver, bringing in the meat and the planks from Omaha. So we moved some things around, and we built a line from Denver to Cheyenne to Casper to Cheyenne and back. That was something we weren't really going north with anything, so now we got 6 trains on that with all our wagons. I had noticed that my Cutter train station was having a hard time keeping up with the corn. I came down here to Taylor Station, bought this corn, and now I'm bringing it in the Colorado warehouse. I can't say I understand it, but for some reason Cheyenne is demanding coal, even though it's like a really small city. So anyways, we came up here and bought this coal, ran a line down, and we're going to bring coal into Cheyenne for whatever reason. We've been working quite a while here on this route from Santa Fe to Salt Lake City Express, and it's brutally ugly and ridiculously expensive, but I really don't see a better way.
I am almost delighted. You have found a southern route across the Rocky Mountains. Certainly no one expected that.
So we're going to bring in 3 trains from our milk into our Colorado warehouse. So we finally are at the point where we can put some trains on this route from Salt Lake City to Santa Fe. So we got 4 trains on. So we put a Santa Fe freight station in and then a Raton freight station, and we're going to bring in our meat to help get Raton working. We're working on growing Raton, so we bought both of these things, the milk and the grain. The grain's what we need right away. We're going to bring it in the Raton. We bought the Sartre rest, both things, so we're going to bring in 3 trains of wood to help get Raton up and running.
Very good. With this, we have reached the Rocky Mountains and constructed a city for access to the region.
Nice, we got our 5,000 citizens in Cheyenne. Hey, Raton has a new industry slot open, so we're going to put a brewery. Now that Raton is a city, we're going to run some trains between it and Santa Fe and eventually probably connect it up to Denver and have a trifecta. But for now, we'll put three trains on, 3 wagons. We decided to build this line up to Denver. So now we have Santa Fe, Raton, Denver, Raton. We bumped it up to 6 trains and we'll have 3 wagons. I had forgotten to bring in corn to the New Mexico warehouse, so we're going to do that right now. So we're going to bring in our vegetables, which we purchased, to come in the Colorado warehouse. We'll bring in 3 of them. And then we'll turn around and do the same thing for our New Mexico warehouse. 3 of them for that. So I noticed Denver has an industry spot open, so we're going to go ahead and put a distillery here so we can kick it down the Raton for that bonus or that optional task. So we just bought the apples for the ridiculous price of 1.7 million, that fruit I guess. So we're going to bring in 3 trains for Colorado warehouse. And then we're going to turn around and bring in 3 trains into our New Mexico warehouse. Just noticed an industry spot opened up in Omaha, so we're going to put, because we had sawmill, we're going to put furniture. So that should work out good. So we're going to bring in our fruit from nearby Wright train station into Omaha. Now we're bringing in our vegetables into Omaha. We also brought our meat into Omaha on the same line. I see North Platte has opened up an industry spot, so we're going to put in a dairy. So we finally got around to doing a Kansas warehouse. So right now we're bringing in our corn, 3 trains of that. And then we're going to go ahead and bring in our sugar up here, non-rest. Make sure we're bringing them full. 3 trains of those. And here's our 3 trains of wood coming in. Now we're bringing in our vegetables into our warehouse with the 3 trains. Now we have our fruit coming in the Kansas City warehouse with our 3 trains. We bought Clark Station, so now we're going to bring up our milk. Okay, our warehouse is all set up. Now it's just a matter of bringing it into the cities. So here we have our train going into Wichita. We got 3 of them. We're going to go ahead and put our train in the Topeka. We'll put 3 Baldwins on that. And then we'll go ahead and put our last one into Kansas City. Oh, looks like we're a little short of money there. Once we get the money, we'll lay that down. And we already had a warehouse in Topeka right here, I believe. We need to bring in some cattle for Wichita. Couldn't buy Cooper Stop, it's like $4 million. So we're bringing 2 cattle trains into Wichita for the meat.
Our rail network in the Great Plains is really something to behold. Keep it up. We have now opened up the Great Plains for us and can make our way towards the Rocky Mountains. Some years ago, James Evans already found a good route for us from Cheyenne, the so-called Evans Pass. You should find that pass so we can make it to Rock Springs with as little climbing as possible. Also, we decided to expand Cheyenne further. Outstanding! With access to the Rocky Mountains and a connection to the south, Cheyenne has become an important hub for the Union Pacific Railroad.
Alright, so there we go. Took a while, but we finally got our last one of the 5th city over 40,000. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, come back and watch another great video of Viking Me Gaming.